And on that note, we can start our stream. Good evening, everyone, or good day, good night, whatever part of the continent and the planet you're on. Thank you for tuning in. And as promised, we are back to Warhammer 40k Battlesector. Now, one thing that I will need to remember when I start the game is to actually get a squad of aggressors before we begin. Otherwise, we will be in a bit of a pickle, as they are our main tank, and losing them would be suboptimal, to put it lightly. Now, while we begin, let's go over what new unit we have unlocked lastly, which is Hellblasters. Hellblasters are Bavarian Marines specializing in utilizing plasma weapons to personally vaporize any heretical scum in their sights. In following GW's tradition of creating names that are either too pretentious or too similarly confusing, the Hellblaster is no exception. You would think they would come up with a more badass name, like Annihilator or Destroyer, but no, we have to pick Hellblaster of all names. Anyway, bitching aside, Hellblasters are specialized towards anti-armor and anti-infantry. Think of them as the Primaris version of the Devastator Space Marine Squad. The nature of Hellblasters is to hark back to the single armament specialisms of Space Marine Legions of 30k. These squads are nonetheless strategically versatile. The plasma incinerators carried by Hellblasters are light enough to be fired on the move, which is something that we'll need to verify in here, since this game is, well, turn-based after all, while still retaining the stopping power to drop a rampaging Hive Tyrant or Battle Wagon with sustained fire. So, first things first. Oh, I don't have requisition actions, you say? Well, this is going to be a bit of a problem then. I don't suppose we can send the land speeder into reserves. No. No, we cannot, it seems. Well, this is gonna get interesting, but I'm sure we'll be able to pull through. So, on to the reclamation zone we go.
The priest continues to natter in my ear about the Primaris. They have not yet shown any sign of the Black Rage, but we have both witnessed the thirst present within them. They don't yet understand the tightening of their cheeks, the sanguine flush of their skin come battle. No matter how well they think they hide it, these Primaris share our blood, and its defects. The red thirst claws at their hearts. Let us see what becomes of it once they face the beast that killed Pentasio. Know your duty and discharge it above all else. That is the core of an Astartes being, and the reason I am led to these festering pits. I have my duty to Pentasio and to 8th Company. To have survived Leviathan, only to be laid low by these scrap remnants. I do not deserve the honor of recovering his name. But if it is the Emperor's will, I will see it done.
The Tyranid operation of planetary consumption involves reclamation pools, through which the aliens break down all of the collected organic material, and capillary towers, one waiting to attach to a hive ship and transfer the biomass. No one knows the true intent of the Tyranid hive mind. Hive fleets invade any planet in their path, overwhelming the defenders, and consume every speck of organic biomass to fuel the fleet's forward momentum. Had the Cicatrix Maledictum not opened when it did, Baal and Baal Secundus would be little more than withered husks, with Hive Fleet Leviathan continuing along its devastating path through the Red Scar, devouring everything that lay in its path. Also, a bit of a call forward, let's put it this way. Some people may call it spoiler, but yes, the Primaris Marines and the Blood Angels Legion are absolutely susceptible to both the Black Rage and the Red Thirst. They thought they had that cured, but then they didn't.
This is your beast, brother. It is but a mindless Tyrannofex.
Its behavior was not this senseless before. Something of it has changed.
Aye, Pentasio would not have fallen to this. Come, our duty is clear. You retrieve his gene seed, and we will exact his revenge on the brute.
It should be coming. Yep, there it is. The Tyrannofex. Kinda like a Carnifex, but slightly different, I suppose. The green glow made you think the Necrons would pop up. A fair assessment. So, in regards to the terrain effects, according to the fluff, it smells pretty bad when scared, attracting hormigons and other tyrannid organisms, which then proceed to dice and shred the enemy with their fantastically anti-Terminator weapons, who will invariably be the smashing brick of an animal in close combat. Its weapons turn it into a glorified Hellhound, a wannabe Lehman Russ Punisher, or half a Predator Annihilator. Because he's got Acid Spray, Flesh Water Hive, and Rupture Cannon respectively. This one, I'm pretty sure, is more like Predator Annihilator, but we will have to check. Okay, 630 points, so someone has to stay in the reserve. I'm thinking we'll send one of the intercessors into reserve. You. And I'm thinking the land speeder as well. And there we go. Enough of a firepower. Also, considering we don't have aggressors with us, I believe it's time for the Assault Terminators to make their debut. See? It all worked out just as I said it would.
There can only be victory.
And you are correct, Sergeant. There can only be victory in the face of such adversity.
Sanguinius, watch over us. Unleash devastation, brothers!
Ranged plasma on your request. Moving into position.
Let's see how our Hellblaster perform against this swarm of Termagants. 63% chance to hit.
Target acquired.
I like those crit chances. Pretty nice, if I do say so myself.
Battle line squad ready.
And these intercessors will be able to finish them off.
Moving.
Even without utilizing their battle line tactics ability.
Engaging the enemy.
See? The rest of you, follow up. Now you can use battle line tactics. More range stability, 30% range damage, and basic melee damage received
With
reduced.
precision, brothers.
Almost.
The Emperor's will lives through us.
I am ready to help.
I suppose it's also time to rip and tear.
Of course.
There's Sergeant Pantasio, whose genes it will have to recover. This one, not the one that was torn in half. Or that one. You can identify him by lack of his head, yes. You can tell that he was a named character, but now he's gone. Therefore, that's the body we need to recover. Now, as I was going to do, righteous exhortation.
We are just and righteous before the eyes of the Emperor.
Sergeant
My fury will
Carleon.
be fast.
Finish off this squad of Hormigons.
You will fall before me.
Almost. And about you?
No mercy.
Wonderful job. Never mind that they are completely defenseless in ranged combat. This, I think, is worth it. Now Brother Yaturo, think you can finish off this squad?
Whatever the angel requires.
You can. Wonderful. What do we have here? A squad of Termagants, and those would be Hormagants as well, right? Yeah, Hormagants. Therefore, melee guys.
I await their mistake.
Ah, of course. And the Tyrannofax will slowly make his way towards us, alongside these MFers. More of them. So far they'll be going through this direction, which I'm thinking can be blocked off. Yep, here they go shooting. All bearable so far.
I hear something.
But as always, there's more of them coming. Because there's never a little bit of Tyranids.
Let them hide in the shadows.
Alright, I'm thinking we'll split the forces. Sergeant Carleon and Sanguinary Guard will go over the right flank, supported by this squad of intercessors. The rest of the team, led by Brother Eituro, will pivot towards the left flank to recover the Gene Seed. Then everyone will try to converge in the middle to deal with the Tyranids that will try to split their forces and deal with the Tyrannofax as it demands. Let's see, 50% chance to hit. I don't like those odds, but what can you do? Acceptable.
Your orders.
Good
The
damage.
Emperor is with us.
Pivot
Powerful
around.
decision.
Victory for the Bloodblades! Victory for Skyfall!
There is little left in this universe that I have not witnessed.
For the Emperor.
Sergeant, I'm guessing will be only able to shoot, indeed, because this is still a steep incline. Therefore, let's grant tactical precision to the Sanguinary Guard,
Sanguinius guides every strike!
and shoot at that Termagon swarm.
My vengeance will be final.
Sanguinius, watch over us.
We've almost got them. Change the facing
Your
to
will
that
be done.
direction. Not enough AP, unfortunately. Everyone else?
The blood is strong. Do not falter.
We are unstoppable. We can handle it.
And change facing.
We can handle it.
Okay, that's everyone. Good strike! Thank you, Brother Arturo. That, however, is not welcome. We might have set ourselves up for a pincer maneuver. But now, only thing we need to do is to prevail. The right flank definitely looks a little bit
They
outnumbered.
challenge us from afar.
And without the help of Brother
I
Arturo,
have
this
faced better.
may turn into a difficult situation, but... Ooh, that is certainly an intimidating sight, this Tyrannofex.
They challenge us from afar.
Chip damage so far, but it can stack.
Taking fire.
Alright, let's consider our options.
Awaiting target.
Optimal range 4, which means Assault Terminators, you're up.
No mercy.
That's what I wanted to see, thank you kindly.
Battle line squad ready.
What's your optimal range? 3. Still, we do what we must.
Ranged plasma on your request.
45% chance to hit. Yeah,
The
I'm not
blood
liking the odds of
waits.
that.
My chainsword thirsts for their blood.
That's a little better.
Our presence here means we have already won.
Shifting position, you will face the incoming Venom Thrope and potentially Tyrannofex.
Victory is inevitable.
The rest of you will need to consider how to pivot you, but I'm thinking at least like so. Finish off that squad of
Target
Hormagons.
acquired.
Very good damage. A
Moving
little
into
bit
position.
back. And as for you, you can pivot in that direction as well. I'll have you healed up, my brother Arturo.
The blood is strong. Do not falter.
Because the Assault Terminators for now are fine. Now, as for this flank,
Sanguinary guard at your disposal.
Termagants are the main source of annoyance for now. But Hormagons are not to be underestimated as well, so let's do it like that. Intercessors move up. Try to finish off this pack of Termagants.
On Balfora I was born, and should the Emperor will it, on Balfora I will die.
Sergeant Carleon will finish off this squad of Termagants. And you will give tactical precision to... a little bit out of range, so... move up. Over here.
Their death is our only option.
Sanguinius, watch over us.
Sanguinary Guard will follow him over here.
With grace.
Victory
And
for
now,
the Blood
we can give
Blades.
tactical precision to
Victory
them.
for Skyfall.
Now, change your facing to
Their
this
death is our
direction.
only option.
And you start tearing into them. Good, good. Anyone else? No, I think we're done here. We can just move a little bit closer. And once again, change your facing. All done. There's the poison. Need to heal them up after that. And here they come. Okay, alright. Overwhelmed? That means they retreat. They tear into Tyrannofex somewhat. He will attack Brother Arturo, I'm guessing. Yeah, you keep doing that, you disgusting creatures. Now for the rest of you. Of course they'll try to flank. Damage minimal. And they'll go for the flanking attack. And now the chip damage starts coming in. Let's hope it won't be overwhelming.
They challenge us from afar.
I'll need to pull them out because, yes, they are starting to get low and taking casualties.
I have faced better.
Alright, first of all, the big elephant in the room. Move up over here. Battle line tactics. Shoot at the Termagants.
Death to the Xenoswarm.
Alright, alright. If we move, then the Tyrannofex attacks. What weapons does he have? Acid Spray. That's his ranged option. Works as, I mentioned, like a Hellhound. And Powerful Limbs, which is his melee option.
Hellblasters awaiting target.
Okay, pull back a little bit. Now we're good. Open fire. Good, good. Tear into him.
Tear through their armor, brothers!
Okay, alright.
The
Getting better.
blood of Sanguinius flows in my veins.
You get a little bit closer. Change your facing. Heal them up. And might as well hit the bugger. Okay, we're getting there. Although Brother Arturo has lost 2/3 of his health after this attack, which is unfortunate.
There is
Sanguinary
little left
Guard.
in this universe
Can
that
you
I have
leave
not
without
witnessed.
getting attacked? Of course not. The Hormagaunts will not allow that.
Affirmative.
Move up. Battle line tactics.
Precision, brothers.
Shoot it. Sergeant Carleon, D block.
Fall before me.
Almost. However, this should be
Sanguinius, watch over us.
not quiet. Alright,
With certainty.
final breaking through attempt. Engage jump packs.
Like the fires of angel wings.
We are the sons of Sanguinius.
Rest of you, retreat as well.
On my honor.
Ow.
Contempt is my armor.
Survivable. Survivable so far. That's everyone? I think it is. Okay. Terminators can handle this. Will they hit back? They are hitting back. At least one of them. Acceptable. Then come the Venom Tropes. Will they attack? No. They go through.
Taking fire!
And of course, they do the sharding. Then comes the rest of them.
They challenge us from afar.
Okay, alright. Alright, oh, so good. So far, so good. Yeah, you just try to stand there menacingly. I do not care one bit. What I do care for is Brother Arturo surviving, so we will need to heal him up ASAP. Heal thyself. The rest of the squads can take it. Okay, continue laying into Tyrannofex.
Let's see how well that armor protects you.
Almost dead.
Battle
Good, good.
squad ready.
Finish off the Tyrannofex. Hit the Venom
Engaging
throw.
the enemy.
Okay, Surge.
His blood invigorates me.
Hit Venom Tropes. Perfect. That's what I needed to see.
I go where I am needed.
Move up. And try to shoot at those Termagons.
We are the sons of Sanguinius.
The rest of you, continue falling back. This will be a fighting retreat. Especially because #1 priority, immediate priority, is the survival of Sanguinary Guard. They are too expensive to just throw away. Unlike the aggressors.
I await their mistake.
For the Emperor.
Assault Terminators, ready for action.
Set them up, and we'll knock him down.
Moving.
With certainty.
Might as well take a couple of pot shots at the melee guys, so they are not fully what's the
am
word?
sword of
Fully safe.
Sanguinius.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Survivable. All survivable. Now, why don't you come a little bit closer? Like that. Just a tiny bit closer. We'll see how good your claws fare. What? You can't leap over? At least you can spit acid at us. Or whatever it is you're using. Here come another minor swarm. Again, nothing too serious. They are chaff. They can be ignored for now.
You will need more than that.
Uh-huh. And another one. First things first, Brother Arturo, heal up Sanguinary Guard.
The blood is strong. Do not falter.
Good. Assault Terminators, begin the advance. Think you can handle them? Yeah, I'd say you are dealing pretty good with them, even though they are just chaff. However, when there is a lot of chaff, dealing with it becomes main priority in and of itself. Brother Arturo, in the meantime, will make his way over there. Now, Sergeant Carleone, I am tempted to let you engage those Hormigons head-on, but first things first.
They will fear to tread close.
Good damage. Half the squad is dead.
Battle line squad ready.
Engage battle line tactics and shoot them all down. Almost. I think we can leave them be for now.
Plasma fire support ready.
You can also afford to move up. Now, Sergeant Carleone. What I am tempted to do is to use a jump pack and start getting up close and personal with those Termagons. How many of them are there? Two full squads, and one squad that is basically combat ineffective. I think, and considering the health you have, you can't do that on yourself, right? Yeah. You cannot do that on yourself. In that case, I think it's best we play it safe. We'll leave you here.
Victory for the Blood Blades.
Shoot the Hormigon dead.
Victory for Skyfall.
And then just move up over here. And lay down a little bit of fire on the
My
Termagons.
vengeance will be final.
See? Even if you nail just one, that is progress. Just don't forget to turn around in that direction. Come closer. We won't bite, unlike you.
You will need more than that. You'll need more than that.
Acceptable.
You'll need more than that.
Yeah, acceptable so far. Although, now is the time we might need to jump him over to Battery Turo and heal him up. As soon as the Assault Terminators are done with their flanking. And here comes Evermore. I'm sure once we pick up Brother Turo's GNC, it will be asked to dispose of the remaining Xenos.
Victory is inevitable.
And a flanking attack. Wonderfully executed. The rest of you keep laying into the Termagons. One more squad gun, very good.
Affirmative.
Now, what is chance to hit 58%? Not liking it. I think you can finish that one off. Yep, just as I thought. Shift position. Change the facing.
We fight and we die for the Imperium.
Move up.
Sanguinius watches over us.
Blink away with your ball pistol. See?
I've recovered Sergeant Pentasio's gene seed. His legacy will endure within the angelic host.
Praise Sanguinius.
Yes, I am sure about them not biting because they are spitting acid at us. And they have scythe talons, which is also highly unfortunate, but survivable. 58%. I think we can handle this.
Death to the Xenos swarm.
Like that.
There will be poetry to their deaths.
Move up. Change facing. Move up. Change facing. You change facing as well. And you move up
Moving into position.
also. Okay, that's everyone. Come at me. As you can probably guess, the rest of this mission will be just cleanup, so while not the most exciting part, it is important nonetheless. Especially the part where we get shot at.
I have faced better.
All ranged stuff, it seems. Which means we have to engage in melee with them to deny them their zones of control. Although, there they are, 2 melee packs of Hormagons that the game decided to throw at me at the last moment.
The Emperor is with us.
Well, what can I call
When
that?
the day is darkest, we prevail through control.
Get over here. Heal up the Assault Terminators. And let them come to us.
Your will be done. With certainty.
Good, good. Good damage. Now, you, I'm thinking we can move up over here and set up an overwatch in this direction, because they will be coming at us, either through here or through here.
Overwatch.
Good, good.
Battle line squad ready.
Now, if we were to... Yep, like that. Engage battle line tactics. Finish off. Finish off, or at least heavily damage, this squad of Termagons. Ah, you did finish it off. Perfect. Change facing, so that you will not be snuck on by the Hormagons. And you, Sergeant Carleon, cannot join the Sanguinary Guard just yet. Therefore, move up and set up Overwatch alongside Brother Arturo in this direction. All good? All good. Yeah, that's the direction they chose to go to.
I have faced better.
Taking fire.
They challenge us from afar.
Uh-huh. That's what I wanted to see. Can you kill them? You can. Good. Well, one survived, which is unfortunate. And I will need to pull back Sanguinary Guard once again, because they're starting to get dangerously low. Might even lose one member. We did. And that means Sergeant Carleon jumps over here with his jetpack. Gives tactical precision to the assault Terminators.
Sanguinius guides every strike.
And they
A powerful decision.
start tearing into Hormagons.
No mercy.
Yeah, that's what I want to see.
Ranged plasma on your request.
Finish off this
Target
squad.
acquired.
Perfect. Move up. Or rather, change direction a little bit. Maybe you'll even draw some fire away. But I doubt it. As for you, can you shoot from that angle? Yes, you can, especially if we do it
Moving.
over here and reduce the number of that horde of Termagons. Especially if we engage battle line tactics.
Engaging the enemy.
Wonderful. Very good so
My
far.
duty is service.
Heal up the Sanguinary Guard. And actually, Righteous Exhortation.
We are just and righteous before the eyes of the Emperor.
Which means you guys move in and deny some of them their range advantage. And of course, we surge.
Our will is immutable, our glory inevitable. For Sanguinius!
That's what I like to see. And I hope you do too. Think you can finish off this Hormagon squad? That would be much appreciated. Very good. Now Sergeant Carleon will go and finish off this lone Hormagaunt. And he's out of action points, which is unfortunate somewhat. But not too serious. Now our Assault Terminators can move up and see about those Termagons doing anything funny.
The blood waits.
Is that all? Yeah, that's everyone.
I have faced better.
Uh-huh. Very good, very good. Fallback attack is not too serious. Now, as for you...
They challenge us from afar.
Smart choice. Gotta compliment you on that. Blink away at me, I do not fear you. But I do fear you. And that is why I'd like to introduce you to Assault Terminators. This is not Space Hulk. We can tear you apart. Like so.
For the Emperor.
Uh-huh. And like that.
Our presence here means we have already won.
I think you'll be able to finish off this squad. Then again, 51% chance to hit, so change position. Get into optimal range. And then fire away. Yes.
Unleash devastation, brothers!
Can't quite reach it so far. Which means...
I am the sword of Sanguinius.
if we are lucky, Brother Itura will be able to score the final kill.
My chainsword thirsts for their blood.
Yes.
Mark this location for the Logisticium Servitors. These cursed pinnacles shall spoil Balfora's skin no longer.
The inconsistency displayed by the alien troubles me. There was no sign of the cognition and strategy that prevailed upon us before.
You do not have to explain, brother. There was clearly a disparity between the beast we faced and the one that bested Pentesio.
But it was still the same creature.
Aye, but previously steered by the will of another.
A synaptic network. That does not bode well for your moon.
That means the Tyranids are trying to regroup and go for round 2. Army point limit increased, army unit cap increased. Nothing you unlocked yet. Now, we've got 6 upgrade points to spare, so let's consider our options. First things first. How about giving Terminators Deep Strike? That's always a viable one. Secondly, giving Primaris Infantry a bit more HP per model.
The blood of Sanguinius flows in my veins.
And lastly, we are gonna unlock our first command ability, Assault Cannon Strafe.
Sanguinius watches over us.
I'll be calling in the Storm Raven gunship to strafe some unfortunate biomass. or rather some unfortunate fools, with its assault cannon. Next time I'm thinking we save up and give our intercessors some frag grenades. Or we work towards intense focus and then auto bolt rifle. The difference being that they are currently armed with regular bolt rifles, and the auto bolt rifles have shorter range, but a lot more attacks. Now, let's get back our aggressors.
Always ready, always vigilant.
Yeah, Deep Strike X gonna give it to you. Our Sanguinary Guard have survived 3 battles so far, and they are growing in their buffs. So do, of course, our Intercessors, Sergeant Carleone himself, and Brother Ituro. On to our next mission, Breach in the Heaven Wall.
I could not hide my conflict while I gave Matano my assessment. I have no doubt now that something of Sanguinius exists within these Primaris. But they move through a world not yet scaled for them. A universe not yet ready for their weight. They would have been in their prime had they been here days earlier, when the hordes of Xenos were infinite and unrelenting. Now, they clean up remnants, taking steps that once belonged to my lost brothers. They look like children playing at guardsman. The significance of Pentasio's death was lost on the novice priest, but Matano understood the threat immediately. If a synaptic leader still lives on Balfora, then it has remained undetected all this time. A threat left to fester. For that reason, the captain has sent me to scour the Heaven Wall. The range is bewildering to the new recruits. A maze of shock-riven valleys and impenetrable mountain trails. With only a fraction of cunning, a tyrannid beast could lurk here undetected for generations. And then, violently. My vox screams static. Over a century's worth of instinct propels me towards the explosion. My orders are followed immediately, the rest of the detachment on my heels without question. Balfora holds surprises for us yet, brothers.
There we go. Good to see that Sergeant Carleone is slowly moving away from that old man mentality and starts to appreciate the new kids on the block. The majority of Tyranid life forms are guileless and feral in isolation, but can be guided by synaptic leaders. These synaptic creatures act as psychic conduits for the unrelenting will of the hive mind. When multiple synaptic leaders are used to establish a fighting force, they form a network of telepathic nodes between them, directing and manipulating the lesser bioforms into a hyper-organized and merciless hunting pack. Now, of course, some change of scenery would be appreciated. We're moving on to something a bit more industrial in landscape. I think it was a refinery, judging by the explosion. It certainly sounded like fuel detonation to me.
Damn pests! Even in death they do nothing but irritate.
The probability complex decays. Aid arrives as predicted.
I did not expect to see a dreadnought this far from the Angelicum, let alone one of the libraries. And your Primaris novices speak of wasted potential.
Ours is not to question. Go, brothers. Relieve the librarian.
Finally, even in death they still serve. And that will be not just any dreadnought that you will see. However, before we go, we're 105 points over the limit, which means, once again, will not be deploying one of the Hellblasters, or rather one of the Intercessors, and one of the Land Speeders, or rather the Land Speeder. This should be fine. Just 10 over limit, which is unfortunate. At least we still have our aggressors with us.
The help is appreciated, Sergeant. But if those Promethean flow controls aren't shut down, it's not just the Gomps that are going to end up incinerated over here.
Understood. We'll see to it, Tech Marine.
So, say hello to Brother Quindar, who is a Dreadnought Librarian, and Tech Marine Kroganax,
Needs fixing.
who, as you can probably tell, is a Tech Marine. He's got Omniscience Touch, which will heal Brother Quindar, Bolt Pistol, and the Power Axe. Brother Quindar over here,
Past, future, there is only service to the Emperor.
so far only got his Storm Bolter and the Force Halberd. And look at that. Already there is a Tyrannofex opposite of us, but it won't approach because of the flames, otherwise it would be cooked. Saute bugs. Now that's something to consider.
Forever watching.
You, in the meantime, be vigilant.
I'll keep an eye out.
If we choose to turn off this valve, it should turn off this approach. And, or rather, it will turn off this valve. And that will make the situation difficult and one-sided, let's put it this way. If only there were some toppled statues here. Well, the Tyrannofex is no Helldrake, so I'm guessing it can take it on. Now, as noted, we need to deactivate Promethean Flow Segment Primus in 4 turns. So we gotta make our way over here. And then, also hello there, Fluffbringer. Good to see you around. And then we'll need to make to another flow control, which I'm guessing will be that one. That's a cute little truck. Half-track even. But cute nonetheless. And once again, it has a skull. Has a hood ornament. As does everything in the Imperium, honestly. Now, as for the order of battle, the quickest of us would be Sergeant Carleon and Sanguinary Guard, so they will use their jump back to get as close as they can. The rest will just try to keep up. Possibly split forces to go through here or here, because the Tyrannofex means business.
Ready to strike. Roger that.
Let's see if we'll see anything else over here besides Hormagons and Termagons. If memory serves, there will be somebody else waiting for us in here too.
Thin their numbers. They will not overwhelm us.
But we'll see about that in a bit.
Assault Terminators, ready for action.
We fight and we die for the Imperium.
Victory for the
Anyway,
Black
engage
Blades.
jump packs.
Victory for Skyfall.
Sanguinius, watch over us.
There they are. Gargoyles.
In mind, body and spirit.
You remember what gargoyles are, right? Nasty little flying buggers. Powerful in numbers. But still, we can shoot them down.
Plasma fire support ready. We can handle it. Overwatch set.
Sanguinius watches over us.
They will fear to tread close.
See? It comes a little closer. It tries to get in. We're playing at it with a Stormbolter because its armor is too thick.
Receiving fire.
And then it hits us with the acid spray. Some of the buggers are skulking around as well. Coming in from this and that direction, trying to flank us. But they cannot see us through these walls. Which is for the best. Otherwise this would have been a nigh unwinnable mission. And would you look at that? They are trying to flank us, and I should have probably positioned my assault terminators another way around. Still, so far so good. They keep coming, and we keep killing them. Oh, but of course, there are Venom Tropes as well. Honestly,
I can hear them skittering around out there.
I could do without them. But at least we can shoot down the smaller ones. Here come the gargoyles. Well, they take a bit more shots to shoot down than regular Hormagaunts and Termagants. And it looks like their attacks also deal poisonous damage, which is... well, this upgrades your threat assessment, therefore... Oh, and Blinding Venom. Minus 30% ranged accuracy and evasion.
No mercy.
Affirmative.
Well, congratulations, you found yourself bumped up on the priority list.
Engaging the enemy.
Open fire!
Yes, you would have been able to do that, but I wanted to be extra sure.
Roger that.
The rest of you, stay focused. Stay quiet. What was the optimal range? 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let's hurry up.
Their death is our only option.
The sanguinary priesthood serves the will of the chapter.
Nobody here, it seems. Move up a little more. And Sergeant next will be able to activate, or rather deactivate, Prometheum Flow segment next turn. Oh, apparently the Deep Strike operates on charges. Teleports the unit up to 10 tiles. Teleport location must be within visual range and it cannot be adjacent to an enemy. Minus 25% melee damage expires in one turn for 1 turn after teleporting. I see.
A powerful decision.
Let's at least introduce them to us.
decision.
That should be everyone.
Forever watching.
Oh, and I will need to heal
They
them up.
wish to test their strength.
No sharding for you.
I hear them out there.
More chaff, unsurprising. Corrosion, of course, will need to be dealt with. Hopefully, Attack Marine will be able to deal with it. Otherwise, that's another nasty DOT. Uh-huh. Right into the Overwatch fire. Thank you kindly. Once again, almost cut down.
Carleon, Matano. Require urgent encoded response. I have orders directly from the Red Council.
I hear dissent among the librarians. They are concerned a synaptic network binds Balfora.
You've already found the librarian. Good. Protect him. He can help uncover whatever evil is hiding in the Heaven Wall. Do not tarry, Carleon. I do not like the tone this Red Council has taken.
Like that. Fall back a little.
Confirmed.
And let them come. Of course, this thing won't be able to come, but we will make it come. That's a lot of come in one sentence. And there. Deactivate Promethean Flow Secundus, which is, yep, as I predicted, over there. Which means we are advancing at this time.
The Emperor is with us.
That's what I like to see.
Your orders.
Oh, another squad of gargoyles.
Death to the Xenos Swarm.
Congratulations on your promotion to priority target. We hope you enjoy the hail of bolter fire I am about to throw at you. One, two, three, four. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Optimal range is 3. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. There.
Death to the Xenos Swarm.
Same for the Sanguinary Guard. Move up and shoot them all down.
Unleash devastation, brothers!
The blood of Sanguinius flows in my veins.
Move up. And move up.
Moving into position. We are unstoppable. Hellblasters awaiting target.
Nobody else just yet.
My duty is service.
And like so. Okay, everyone good? Overwatch.
Shall not pass.
The poison will pass, and you will be healed up afterwards. Unfortunate. However, we did thin their ranks somewhat. Now they'll go for the flanking attack. As expected. And as expected, Tyrannofax loses interest once he cannot reach us and tries to get at us from another angle, I suppose.
I sense a future adversary.
Uh-huh. There come gargoyles. Goodbye.
Past, future, there is only service to the Emperor.
Baiting him to come a little closer once again.
As you say,
Fix him up again.
we'll have you back up in no time.
75 HP. We can fix him. Let's see if there are any more of them out there.
Victory for the Bloodblades! Victory for Skyfall!
Of course there will be. Not a trick question, just a casual observation. Also, that's... Can this be considered a land train? I'd like to believe that.
Your will be done.
Seems like nobody's home. All focused on this direction, I'm guessing.
We are the walls. We are the guns.
You are a wall of guns. Wait, isn't that what they call the Imperial Guard? Or excuse me, Astra Militarum by now. And yes, indeed, there will always be more bugs in the foreseeable future.
For the Emperor.
The sanguinary priesthood serves the will of the chapter.
Now let's do a quick switcheroo. I promise to heal you up,
The blood is strong. Do not falter.
and I will deliver on this promise.
They will fear to tread
Now
close.
back to it.
With strength.
Nobody else here?
On
Nobody else
Balfora I
here.
was born, and should the Emperor will it, on Balfora I will die.
Overwatch set.
Are they trying to flank us? No. They are coming from the forward direction. And that was a pretty good overwatch. Yep, as expected, Tyrannofex comes lumbering back. We'll plink at it. No discernible damage. And that's why we brought Assault Terminators along.
Let them hide in the shadows.
And now you. Annihilated. Engage, jump back.
Of angel wings.
Oh, it's you again. Now we just need to eliminate all remaining Tyranid forces and to get you out of there. Once we deal with the Tyrannofex, things will be much easier.
Battleline squad ready.
69% chance to hit. I won't say it's nice, but it is alright. Yep, pretty alright.
My fury will be fast.
Shifting direction.
For the Emperor.
Nobody behind us. That's good to see.
I await their mistake.
Everyone else, move up as well.
Affirmative.
Any more gargoyles? They're bound to be. Rather, a tour will accompany assault terminators and heal them up a little bit more. Now, I don't suppose you can shoot them. Just a little bit. Keep them on their toes. Remind them of their place. Other such things.
The blood of Sanguinius flows in my veins.
Assault terminators, ready for action.
Oh, and before we do that...
Plasma fire support ready.
56% chance to hit, but still.
Target acquired.
Gotta do at least some damage. Otherwise, what for?
We're the sons of Sanguinius.
1, 2, 3. Let's go for 4. You will be staying over there. Back out. Let us continue playing this switcheroo.
Watching. As predicted. Can we kill at least one of them? We can. Can we kill 2? We cannot. Valiant effort. Come on, come on. Keep at it.
They wished it you.
Well, you lose one member of the Sanguinary Guard. Huh. Even if we shoot its red effects at the back, that still does not penetrate its armor. But now it found a juicier target. And that is when we disable the controls
Targets detected.
at the auxiliary control room and join the fight.
They challenge us from afar.
So far, everything going according to plan. Of course, the plan has been made up as we went along, but remember what General Patton said. No plan survives contact with the enemy. We have to improvise. More gargoyles, as expected. At least only 2 squads of venom probes so far. They're absolutely vile, these beasts. No, seriously. They're so far the least pleasant unit to deal with.
I sense a future adversary.
I wonder how many Tyranids there are left. Huh, there is another squad of gargoyles. Would you look at that? Now we shut down the secondary console over here. But do you have another AP, right?
It wouldn't be a regular day if we didn't avert certain death, only to discover another source of certain death waiting for us.
For the glory of Sanguinius.
Librarian has the spirit. That's why they put him in the dreadnought. It's highly unfortunate that you did not die. I should have went with another angle of approach. But that's what we have Sergeant Carleon on standby for. And that's another squad of gargoyles. Would you look at that? Everyone wants a piece of this.
With certainty.
Thin their numbers. All back. And the assault terminators will need to be at the forefront of this one. You are switching direction, and you will be the bait. Although I suppose they are already the bait. We just need to encourage the Tyrannofax to come a little closer to this. Over here. Chip damage. But a good damage nonetheless. You, however, will be needed to deal with the gargoyles. And you, Brother Ituro,
Of course.
might as well come over here and treat the sanguinary guard that is about to have a bad day due to poison. Cured. That's what I like to see. As should you. Oh, am I out of action points? No, I'm not. I just selected the wrong button.
They
Like
will
so.
fear to tread close.
And I cannot forget about you as well. Seems we're not being outflanked. So take a few more pot shots at Termagants. Or wipe them out. I'm impressed, but not surprised.
My will never tires.
Move up. Like so. And let the gargoyles come for us. Can they fly over small obstacles like this wall? I guess we'll find
Forever
out.
watching.
There comes the Tyrannofax. Will it have an FAP? It might have. But we can handle it. After all, they are assault terminators. They are built for close quarters combat. Even if they might reach us on that angle, we will deal with them. And so far they're very willing to throw at us
Under fire!
ranged chaff. Brother Ituro will need to deal with those. Will you bait out the warning shot? Does not look like it. Come on, show me your next move. Aha! Just when you think that they've thrown enough stuff at you, they keep coming. A basic principle of dealing with Tyranids. However many you think there are, there's always more. That's why we still have all three of our intercessors along. Well, all two of them. Blasted points limit. No, looks like the gargoyles are interested in converging on the rescue team. This gives me a little bit of more leeway.
They cannot stop me.
Of course they cannot. You're a Dreadnought Librarian after all. Now how does your Stormbolter fares against them? I'd say alright. 3 dead. Not too shabby.
Tech Marine, standing by.
And you can blink away at those Termagants with your bolt pistol.
The Emperor's will lives through us.
Let's be about it.
For the Imperium!
I know it's forward facing.
Let's see how well that armor protects you.
But we're doing good damage so far. Very good damage, I'd say.
Battle line squad ready.
Now, what if we were to try for a cheeky flank with Sanguinary Guard? In theory, we could do that, but I'd rather have them shooting at those gargoyles. Like that, precisely.
Ready to strike.
Brother. A Turo will move up.
I go where I am needed.
And heal up those aggressors before they get any serious damage. Which means you move up. And let's see how you like... I'd better shoot you.
They will not overwhelm us.
Chip damage because of the debuff, but still acceptable. Turn around. Sergeant Carleon, however, will be the one to continue pummeling the Tyrannofax, while you engage battle line tactics, switch positions, and fire away. Good damage all around. And this is also an alright amount of damage for one model squad. Once more. Once more. And it's getting cut down to size precisely how I like it. You, I think we can engage battle line tactics as well and finish off this squad of gargoyles.
Engaging the enemy.
Like that. Shift.
We fight and we die for the Imperium.
Another round of shots. Good. Good, very good. And that's about it. Acceptable.
Do not bow to their attacks.
Ooh. Ooh, they're gonna need to be healed up immediately.
Under fire.
Uh-huh. Now these gargoyles, who are they gonna shoot? They will obviously keep pouring it on the aggressors. And these will, yep, as expected, on the Sanguinary Guard. Was the debuff applied? Don't think so.
Taking fire.
But we'll check once our turn is up. Uh-huh. As predicted. And these dregs come in. They can ignore the melee zone of control because they're flying.
Taking fire.
Now the debuff is applied. However. Let's see how our Librarian Dreadnought fares in melee. Should be good enough. Goodbye. You'll love to see it. And Attack Marine is doing alright as well. Especially since he still has 2 AP and can finish off this squad like so. Ah, that was only 1 attack. Still, if they try to run away, he will finish them off.
Now, Brother Arturo, you know what needs to be done. Immediately. Post haste, even.
The blood is strong. Do not falter.
Now gather around, children, because we are about to go on an adventure.
Your orders.
There.
I am the sword of Sanguinius.
We are just and righteous before the eyes of the Emperor.
Let's say hello to those thermogons. Like that.
We are the
Will
fear
this
that
work?
strikes at their hearts.
It worked. You'll love to see it. I know I do. And I will never tire of saying
Line
it.
squad ready.
No. This angle will be alright. Burn them to a crisp. Anyone else? Of course. There's always more of them. Think you can finish off this squad? I think you can. Now, Sergeant Cardion, how about you pay a visit to our good friend over there and help him finish off this final squad? Well, not exactly final,
My vengeance will be final.
but yes, your vengeance is final, and they will be dealt with immediately. How about we move over here
With strength.
and see how much damage these gargoyles can take. A respectable amount of damage, I'd say.
With grace.
Almost.
Sanguinary
Almost.
guard at your disposal.
Come along, children. Come along. And it still managed to apply the debuff. What a jerk. Jork. Jork. My tongue can be confusing sometimes. Because, believe it or not, it can have a life of its own. Not in a good way, of course. But, what can you do? That's just something you train it out of.
I sense that was the last of the Xenos threat in the immediate area.
We are honored to fight by your side, brother librarian. I would ask after your purpose out here, but it seems we both have a new objective to see to.
I can't tally the number of times some captain has overcommitted to his own hyperbole. We've got our own work to do.
I'm afraid our own mission will be overridden, Brother Progenex. There are some in the Librarius that believe Leviathan returns.
That? No. That can't be true.
And yet sages far older and wiser than you now argue otherwise. They conjecture that a strong enough synaptic network could guide the Hive fleet back from the warp, like a beacon in the storm. I do not know the truth of this. Regardless, the Sergeant will require my help if he is to find his prey in these mountains.
We'll take you to the lensing array then. Quinter's gonna need it if he's to stay awake scrying for your pests. Don't make him wait while you scratch yourselves thinking about it.
And as you can see, the number of killed grows. So score another Terran effects. There will be a lot more to come, I'm guessing. That should be another 2 HQ units that we're adding, if I remember correctly. Yes, that is correct. Predictably, Kroganex is going to buff different vehicles. His first ability is Blessings of the Omnissiah. Affects single target ally within 2 tiles, +1 ranged armor and melee armor. Anti-grav uplift for land speeder, which will allow it to basically jump, as our assault marines and sanguinary guard do. Data-link telemetry affects single target enemy within 3 tiles. Reduces their evasion and gives them basic ranged armor piercing against them. Auspex receiver for land speeder, more awareness range, awareness cone range. Gives the ability to equip multi-melt on land speeders, and the final tier is locked so far. Field agitators for Kroganex and aggressors, +1 melee armor piercing. The old ways. All firstborn marines get +10% HP per model, which I'm guessing would be assault terminators, assault marines, and what else? Land speeders, I suppose. And invoke the machine spirit, his own ability, which gives a single mechanical ally more accuracy and damage. Just straight up damage. No differentiation between melee and ranged. That's pretty good. Invigorated machine spirits, +20 HP per model for mechanical units. And the Omnissiah watches. More HP per model. That ability tree is currently locked, which means it will be unlocked once we get the next model. Now, as for Quintar. First ability, Shield of Sanguinius. More bonus HP, +1 melee armor. And yes, I think his Force Halberd is definitely his star, with the Storm Bolter being just something to tack on, as in the tabletop proper. Force Harmonics gives melee accuracy and damage for librarian units. And hey there, Rodent. Welcome to Battlesector. Angel's Foresight, more evasion for librarians, and Psychic Fortress, +40 HP per model for librarian units. 2 abilities so far. Quickening, movement evasion for himself, and Shifting Sands. Decrease movement and evasion in an area. -1 MP when leaving tile, -10 evasion. Expires in 2 turns. That sounds useful. And so far, the only other ability unlocked over here is Only in Death, which is a buff for Dreadnoughts. Now, while I did... Well, all of those look very promising and interesting, but let's consider what can we do. I am leaning more towards either giving frag grenades to intercessors, or what other option that would be. Hail of Fire for aggressors. Unit sacrifices all of its remaining movement points and makes a ranged attack command with 4 additional attacks for every MP spent. That could be useful. So if we take Blessings of the Omnissiah for more armor, and then Hail of Fire, I suppose it could work. Since we do not have enough points for either Embrace the Blood or the Blessed of Sanguinius. So yeah, let's go with that.
When the day is darkest, we prevail through control.
Hail of Fire and Blessings of the Omnissiah.
Yet the meter Xenos my axe couldn't bisect.
Penguinius. Close enough. Fabulous Golden Hawk boy. May he rest in peace. 990 points. which means now we can also afford to get some new units. I am personally leaning towards another Hell Blaster, even if we were to just put it in reserve.
Ranged plasma on your request.
Up next, Astropathic Relay.
Matano voxes in and talks to Quindar and I of synaptic beasts and the theorizing of the Librarius. A synapse network with enough of a link to the hive mind could, in theory, act as a beacon and guide the fleets of Leviathan. Bring them through the warp back to Baal. In theory. A lot of work is done between those two words. I don't doubt Matano finds the bureaucracy of his new role a challenge. It is a rare puzzle he cannot solve with a swing of his sword arm. I do not question the Emperor's will, but I must admit the survival weighs heavy within me. To have witnessed thousands of brothers sacrifice themselves. Entire chapters struck from the annals of history. Only for this threat of Leviathan to persist. It would be a lie to say the thought does not trouble me. Until the Librarians better understand the threat, our objective is to find and exterminate all synaptic leadership embedded in the Heaven Wall. To that end, I am escorting Brother Librarian Quindard to the Astropathic Relay. His haze talk of warp aberrations and exigent anomalies is of little comfort, but his resolve is clear, and I will welcome his presence when the time comes for battle. The Tech Marine as well, despite his unique manner.
Incorrect. Sanguinius was not the first to die. The first to die was actually Ferrus Manus, beheaded by Fulgrim. Sanguinius was about second or third to last to die, if we discount the Emperor himself and only count Primarchs. Oh, and traitor Primarchs as well. Oh, and looks like we are getting Furioso Dreadnoughts as a reward for this mission. Now that's exciting. This Astropathic Relay was held by the Carmine Blade's successor chapter during the devastation of Baal. Had the choir inside fallen, the Indomitus Crusade would not have found its way to Baal to relieve the sons of Sanguinius. Techmarine Kroginax has been attached as Brother Quindar's escort to monitor the Psyker's susceptibility to the flaws. Should a librarian show any sign of falling to the Black Rage, it will be the Techmarine's responsibility to disarm and disable the Dreadnought. Failure to do so would result in an unstoppable maelstrom of destruction. And yes, there are Blood Angel successor chapters that do put those that succumb to Black Rage inside of Dreadnoughts. Obviously without any weapons attached or arms and legs. But they do drop them into the fray, basically point them in the right direction, and watch them wreak havoc.
They are a plague on this moon. For every one slain, a dozen emerge from every other corner.
That's enough poetics from you. Quindar needs direct access to that lensing array. We recalibrate it to focus his divinations, and then you'll find every disruption in the warp from here to the Angelicum.
Let's see that Balcony disposed of. We don't talk about them. I guess this is another mission where the land speeder does not get deployed. Because look at that. Already plenty of monstrosities to go around, even right next to our deployment point. But the land speeder we can do without for now. Let's shift our axis of advance a little bit like so. Mm-hmm. Actually, like that even. Otherwise, we'll get stuck here, and this is a single file trench. And we'll all be miserable trying to break through it. And you can imagine that there will be gargoyles flying in from this high ground and making it even more miserable.
There can only be victory.
As we are about to witness. Oh, here we go. Tyranid warriors proper. This one has both weapons, as seen in Space Marine 2. The Devourer and the Sighting Talons. Also, as you can see, Brother Quint are very powerful attacks, but they are not very good against hordes.
We fight and we die for the Imperium.
Which is precisely why we brought these intercessors along for the ride.
With strength. Thin their numbers. They will not overwhelm us.
Death to the Xenos swarm.
Some chip damage. And yeah, see? Already. A gargoyle and a Hormigond just chilling. There will be more. I know
Fire
it.
support. Target acquired.
Uh-huh.
The Emperor is with us.
Still charging. So I think we can just walk you over here for
Victory
now.
is inevitable.
Kroganax will follow up.
On my way.
And the rest will advance in that direction too.
We are the sons of Sanguinius.
Now what's that green goo you're asking? Why, it's Mortis Red Zone. So yeah, don't stand too long in the radiation, else you will be cut down quicker than you can imagine.
Ready to strike.
On Balfora I was born, and should the Emperor will it, on Balfora I will die.
Because you may be a space marine, but radiation does not discriminate.
I await their mistake.
Uh-huh. 1, 2, 3.
Overwatch.
And the Sanguinary Guard will go and say hello to this squad of Termagants.
Like the fires of angel wings.
Good afternoon.
With certainty.
Anyone else?
When the day is darkest, we prevail through control.
And Overwatch as well.
They will fear to tread close.
I can hear them skittering around out there.
Here come the warriors. They go into melee, as expected.
I must resist.
Respectable damage.
Under fire!
These guns get activated and move up alongside another squad. Got down. Got down. Very good. These gargoyles will shoot these hell blasters. Annoyance.
I will
Now,
never
let's
tire.
see how good Brother Quintar is against warriors. I think he's gonna be pretty good, even though it's one attack. He's going to cut down at least one of the warriors. Now that was a good show. And another one. Move up. And let them come for us.
Tech Marine, standing by. We'll have you back up in no time.
Fix up. And apply armor.
Trust in your armor to turn their blades.
Can you do some damage? Not too much. Same over here. I suppose we can just put you on Overwatch like so.
Overwatch.
The Assault Terminators will trudge along.
Plasma fire support ready.
This counts as a red zone? No, thankfully.
Overwatch set.
That's for
Hell
you.
blasters awaiting target.
We can reach you with Frag Storm, and that is acceptable. Now, if only we had our frag grenades. Well, I suppose Sergeant Carleon will jump in and
My fury will be fast.
deal with them in the only appropriate manner. And
You will
another
fall
one.
before me.
That last one won't live for long. You have my word for
We
it.
are the walls. We are the guns.
As for us, we can continue our advance. Surprisingly little resistance from this angle so far. Which means they will be funneling mostly through this trench. And the decision to get the Dreadnought over there was the right one.
Affirmative. There will be poetry to their deaths.
With grace.
3.6 Ringen, not great, not terrible. Still, best to stay away from it.
We die for the Imperium.
I go where I am needed.
Plasma fire support ready. For the Imperium!
For the Emperor. With certainty.
Nothing we cannot patch up. What's gonna be our next move? Yeah, as expected. We're gonna funnel more of them into this trench. Another warrior squad. And more chaff. I mean, A for effort.
But this is how you get it done. Not much of a threat now, are you?
Receiving fire.
This +1 ranged armor actually completely blocks off any range damage from ranged chaff. Good to know. As expected, did not move away. Command points are earned by the Army's HQ command unit whenever a friendly unit gains momentum, is killed, or completes an objective. So,
You will fall before me.
just gotta keep on playing. That's the general gist of it. You know, this would be a pretty decent position for a Sanguinary Guard, considering they are going to be shooting at a lot of things, and they won't be shooting back. Now, excuse me for a moment. So yes, what I am going to do is to send them over here first and foremost. And then we'll see if anything comes their way. Some alright damage. And I guess continue attacking with Brother Quindar. Even though it's a little bit of a waste, still, that is good damage. And you don't look gifted damage in the mouth. Once more? No. Not yet. Now, where can we jump the Assault Terminators to? Jumping over here would be pointless. So, somewhere around here.
We are the fear that strikes at their hearts.
Now, why don't you come a little closer and introduce yourself? We'd love to do that, honestly.
A powerful decision. Ranged plasma on your request.
You just be on the lookout for anything nasty that comes your way. Now, brother, a 2-row will be unable to deal with that final
My
Hormagaunt.
chainsword thirsts for their blood.
The rest of you, move forward.
Roger that.
No obstructions ahead.
We can handle it.
Our goals are clear, and our victory is assured.
The sanguinary priesthood serves the will of the chapter.
Everyone else, on Overwatch duty.
They shall not pass. Do not bow to their attacks.
You think you're so clever. Well, let me tell you, you are not. And we are here to prove that to you.
They wish to test their strength. Potential targets detected. Potential targets detected.
Would have been good if you were to actually ping me those targets. Maybe somewhere over here, coming in. And yes, I am currently chewing on a carrot. Should have told that beforehand. It is an alright one. Honestly, eat more carrots, even though it has been disproven that they increase your sight or make it better. It's still a pretty good snack for when you're feeling peckish. Now here's how we're gonna do this. Sergeant Carleon's jump pack has been recharged, so let's go say hello to those warriors. They wouldn't mind. They're a welcoming bunch. Ask their Gene Stealer cousins.
Contempt is my armor.
No, I'm very interested in meeting you. See? Corn is also pretty good, especially if it's simply boiled and then salted. You just need to do it right.
Forward!
Affirmative.
Now, as for the Sanguinary Guard, they will be not jumping yet, because their jetpacks have yet to recharge, so they'll start taking pot shots at the Termagants.
Unleash devastation, brothers!
Very good. The guess was spot on, huh? I do know my corn, after all. 76%? Acceptable. And now we move up. And let them all be killed before us. A bit of a redundant sentence, but it gets the point across. Just as these lightning claws.
No mercy!
Move up and continue moving
Yet the
up.
meter xenos my axe couldn't bisect. Moving.
You know, there actually was a mobile game way back in the day about Imperial Navy and I think it was either Tyranid Fleet, Leviathan or Behemoth fighting it out in deep space. Well, not so deep space, I just cannot remember the name of the sector it was taking place in. The game, of course, by this point is taken off Android market, so I cannot tell you whether it was good or bad. If you're willing to indulge yourself in some archaeology, you can look around for any gameplay videos out there.
Hellblasters awaiting target.
We're the sons of Sanguinius.
That should be everyone, right?
Plasma fire support
Almost. 27% chance to hit. That's not serious.
ready. Hellblasters
But
awaiting
sure.
target.
Let's see what you can do. Half dead, unfortunately.
I'll keep an eye out.
That's a respectable amount of damage.
Brother Carleon has managed to retaliate in kind. Mm-hmm. Well, there's a lot more gargoyles than I was initially led to believe. Which means Sanguinary Guard is not jumping down from that cliff just yet. And we will need to shift our axis of advance.
I hear something.
First of all, Sergeant Carleon, finish off this warrior.
The Emperor's will lives through us.
Well, the extra killed that final Hormagaunt. Actually went down with a crit.
A powerful decision.
Now, as for you. 3 squads of gargoyles and a squad of Hormagaunts. Yeah, we should be able to deal with that. 84, 67, 79. Yeah, the gargoyles are definitely tougher than regular Hormagaunts and Termagants. Which should not be surprising.
Your orders. With precision, brothers.
Let's get into optimal range. And still 40%, but what can you do?
Engaging the enemy.
One down. At least.
Past, future, there is only service to the Emperor.
Maybe you can cut them better. Much better. And Kroganex
standing by.
will be able to finish them off. Two strikes even. Now blasters will shift their position. And we'll let Brother Quindar up over here.
On my way.
Overwatch set.
Yes, I'd say that's alright. We'll actually give him a surge.
I am fury. I am fire. I am death.
You always are, Brother Quindar. Let her rip. Wonderful.
Sanguinius watches over us.
Now the rest of the squad, move up.
Ready to strike. Fire support.
The blood of Sanguinius flows in my veins.
We're the
So
sons
and
of
so.
Sanguinius.
Sergeant Carleon will remain over here for now. And with that, on to next turn. Oof. Ouch. Survivable so far.
Iron-faced better.
Debuff not applied, that's good. Uh-huh. Negligible damage. Uh-huh. As expected. One left.
They challenge us from afar.
Okay, no longer priority target. We'll shoot it down in the meantime. But back to focusing on the one that's actually at full strength. One, two, three, so
Your will be done.
goodbye. For a given value of goodbye. After all, you're still standing. And that is not something I'd like to see. Now, Brother Quindar, you are of course our guest of honor. But you are currently engaged in melee with them, so do your best. And Brother Kroganax will support you in your endeavors. As he should. The rest of you just start taking up positions around the relay, astropathic relay, and consider the approaches that the enemy will take. 1, 2, 3, and possibly 4th, which is the one behind us. In other words, we'll be surrounded on all sides. No Icarus array autocannons to support us, unfortunately, as they've all been smashed previously. However, the area we need to guard is relatively small, and therefore we can funnel them into choke points at these stairs, so it's not all too bad. However, first of all, we'll need to get there
For the Imperium!
and see about securing that position.
Affirmative.
I'm thinking the aggressors can guard at least this approach, while the assault terminators, as per usual, will bear the brunt on the main one.
Ranged plasma on your request.
And the rest of them, Hellblasters, Intercessors, and such will form the mobile task force that will be going around and shooting at targets of opportunity. Same for the Sanguinary Guard.
Overwatch. More targets are coming.
See? Already they're throwing more things at us. And that was suboptimal. Maximum range engagement, not exactly the stellar performance we like from the Ultramarines. Or, excuse me, Blood Angels. Still, they are not doing their best as well. And now enjoy some more Carrot ASMR.
You will need more than that.
with certainty. In mind, body and spirit.
My power is yours to command. Grace through discipline.
I am the sword of Sanguinius.
We can handle it. Target acquired. Assault Terminators, ready for action.
Yep, what's up, Doc? The trickster god that is known as Bugs Bunny. Believe it or not, there was actually a photo from World Trade Center shortly before its collapse that actually had a statue of Bugs Bunny relatively unscathed, if covered in all the soot and dust that came with the building's collapse. Therefore, as it is written, Bugs Bunny has survived 9/11.
Affirmative.
Now, how about we finish off that last gargoyle? Just so it's not a complete annoyance. Like so.
Engaging the enemy.
See, one bolt shot is all it took.
With haste.
Now, Sergeant, move up a little bit closer and let Brother
I am
Ituro
ready to
take
help.
care of you. I'll need a lot more of you for the upcoming fight.
Always ready, always vigilant.
Same goes for you. You will get healed up in a bit. As expected. Will you shoot Brother Carleon? No. Looks like they went too far.
Will lives through us.
Therefore, good evening. And good night.
You will fall before me.
Right there with Big Bird dodging Challenger.
Sanguinary
To
guard
my
at your
shame,
disposal.
I've yet to see that video.
Yet to meet a Xenos my axe couldn't bisect.
But I'll take your word for it.
We fight and we die for the Imperium.
Fire support.
No.
My
over
duty
there.
is service.
And fix up these.
The blood is strong. Do not falter.
The rest of you take up positions.
Ranged plasma on your request.
Moving.
Ready to strike.
Battle line squad ready.
That's about everyone, right? Yeah, looks like it.
Overwatch set.
And just to keep us on our toes, more gargoyles coming in. Nasty. Same reason the pencils aren't taken into space, huh? I'll take your word for it. But I thought it was ballpoint pens that are not normally taken into space. And they were previously using pencils to write things down there. And that's a pretty sizable force. Looks like we'll need to
hide in the shadows.
shift our attention a little bit.
We fight and we die for the Imperium. For the Emperor.
Actually, I'm gonna move you away even further.
Affirmative.
Now, how about we set you up over here?
Overwatch.
The aggressor is
Roger that.
set up on the staircase.
Hellmasters awaiting target.
What was your good range once again? Yeah, that's pretty good. Good damage. Pencils are a bad idea because graphite is very brittle and ungodly conductive. Now that one I didn't knew. So that's another thing that can be chalked up to a lot of things, actually.
We are unstoppable.
The more you know, as they say.
As you say. Overwatch. We're the sons of Sanguinius.
Uh-huh.
Heavy fire support.
And like so. And you, Sergeant, be on the lookout for anyone trying to sneak in through this ladder. Okay, debuff not applied.
We are taking fire.
Chip damage so far. Come a little closer, thank you kindly. You will be dealt with shortly.
We are taking fire.
Don't worry, you'll get healed up. But those gargoyles are definitely an annoyance. You start scribing in space with a pencil and suddenly you got an aerosolized fire hazard floating around. Yeah, not exactly
Vigilance is eternal.
the most pleasant situation. Defend Brother
I have
Quindar.
activated the lensing array. I will catalog all warp aberrations indicative of synaptic Xenos activity.
Hold this area against the Tyranids, brothers. Leave none of the Xenos filth alive. The librarian must complete his work.
For 4 turns. I fully expect the terrain effects to materialize from this direction.
There is little left in this universe that I have not witnessed.
As for the rest of you, 50% chance to hit. I'll take it. Should have used battle line tactics, I suppose. But then again, they'll still just come at us sooner rather than later. Therefore, wait and see. Especially once they're in that Mortis dead zone. Thank you for standing there and taking additional damage. I very appreciate that.
We are the walls. We are the guns.
%36% chance to hit. Guess you'll be going down there.
Moving.
And then activating battle line tactics. 62% chance. Better.
Death to the Xenos swarm.
Wonderful.
The blood waits. They will fear to tread close.
For the Imperium.
How much over here? 55%? Sure.
Target acquired.
Damage is damage. Once it connects, of course. And it does connect. Half of the squad is dead. Kroganax, you are not required for now, so I suppose... Turn around.
Understood.
Overwatch.
The Emperor is with us.
Same for you, Sergeant Carleon. Be on the lookout for any nasties.
I await their mistake.
Yep, here they come. Shooting intercessors, as expected. We'll need to pull them out to heal them up. Nothing too serious. And the warriors have taken enough damage to be dealt with shortly. More chaff coming in. And there it is, as I predicted.
They challenge us from afar.
Come a little closer, you beast. I got something to show you. You won't like it, but it's a non-negotiable present. A sanguinary guard will require our extra attention. We cannot lose them.
Taking fire.
Ow. Guess this is the point where I use battle line tactics to offset the horrible accuracy. Because the gargoyles are definitely debuffers. Now here's how it's more gonna do this. 36%, behind full cover. Yeah, shoot these. You are going to go up the wall. See about trying to get rid of that gargoyle.
Engaging the enemy.
Or at least bother it enough so that it is no longer a threat. Like so, I suppose. You keep firing at the warriors. Perfect. You get over here.
I go where I am needed.
And you. 16%. Hail of fire. How much damage will it do? Not too much. But it will. There will be a lot of attacks, so by orc volume of fire, we will be able to tear them down.
We stand strong.
Like that. Didn't even need that much to do that.
Ranged plasma on your request.
15% chance.
Target acquired.
Okay, good damage so far. Now, we use the jump pack, and we land over there. Same for our good old sergeant over here, but I think this time we'll land him there.
On my honor.
And we apply a tactical precision buff on the sanguinary guard.
Sanguinius guides every strike.
This should be fun. Almost. Almost there. Now, Brother Quindar, I'm guessing, cannot move. And cannot shoot. He is busy, after all.
The blood of
Therefore,
Sanguinius flows in my veins.
Tech Marine will move up and give a little bit more armor to our Soul Terminators. And now they can take that Tyrannifex head on. Like so. Respectable amount of damage. Same from the beast's end as well.
Tech Marine standing by.
Yep, as expected, not too much. As for you, sure, might be a bit of a waste, but any damage is good enough. All these poisons.
We will not break.
Definitely will need to heal them up immediately. I have a feeling Tyrannifex will kill at least one of them. And once he does, it'll be unpleasant.
Taking fire! Taking fire!
Ooh, our Tech Marine is not very tanky. Ooh, they actually survived. Did some damage back. Very good. That's what I like to see. Here come those blasted gargoyles again. Will they apply that debuff again? No. And no venom either. That is good news.
Taking fire!
Neither did those. Perfect.
Victory for the Bloodblades. Victory for Skyfall.
Now we need to surround that Tyrannofex and deal with it immediately. We can survive that. No, change facing. That's what I need. Now, finish off these gargoyles. If you can. I'm sure you can. There we go. Good boys, good boys. That came out wrong. Stellar Work, brothers. Now that's much better. Same principle should be applied over here, even if it's only 61%. Volume of fire is where it's at.
Plasma fire support ready.
Can you lay on more fire over there? You absolutely can. Especially if we're shooting it from behind. Now, Tech Marine, I need you to stay out of this one. For now. Meanwhile, Brother Arturo will need to get stuck in. And heal those Assault Terminators first things first. And of course...
We are just and righteous before the eyes of the Emperor!
Now, can you tear it apart? Very important question. You absolutely can. That's what I love to see. You, in the meantime, deal with the chaff.
Our will is immutable, our glory inevitable. For Sanguinius! With certainty.
The greatest threat
Your will be done.
has passed so far, but that does not mean we can rest on our laurels just yet.
We are the sons of Sanguinius.
Keep at it. As for you, I suppose you can be put over here and be on the lookout for those warriors.
We fight and we die for the Imperium.
One, two, three, and we'll let them come. Acceptable. And the warrior is attacking is not. And they unfortunately managed to take one Terminator with them. We'll need to recover the armor. And the gene seed too.
Will not break.
The warriors are, of course, now a priority target. More chaff incoming.
They rest with our father now.
Ooh, that's highly unfortunate.
Fire!
That's our Soul Terminators gone. And they were pretty good at it too.
Fire support!
We can still salvage this.
We can handle it.
61, 72, 77. Oh, and of course there's another squad of gargoyles coming in. How would we do without them? Now you there, can you reach any of those? You can.
Thin their numbers. They will not overwhelm us.
Good damage, very good damage. Especially if you were to finish it off. %. I'm willing to take that. Wonderful.
Battle line squad ready.
Now lay into them.
Sanguinary Guard at your disposal.
Alright, Warrior's done with. Now we just need to clean up the chaff. 75, 75, 70, 75.
Target acquired.
Last turn, which means after that, we'll most likely need to clean up the remaining Tyranids.
Bring me your broken and your outworn, and I will repair them anew.
And once more, or actually heal yourself up.
The blood is strong. Do not falter.
And now we use Surge,
His blood invigorates me.
and we cut them down. Or at least, almost cut them down.
There can only be victory.
You, however, will need to be on the lookout for those buggers. At about this angle. Anyone else? 28, 42, 52. Fine, we'll do it this way.
Heavy fire support. Thin their numbers. They will not overwhelm us.
Not the one I needed to trigger an Overwatch for, so clever on you, AI. I will be waiting on your gargoyles with bated breath.
Taking fire!
Mincemeat. Just the way I like it. Actually, since Tyranids are technically bugs, does that make them... What was the correct word? Does this make them bug burgers? Are Tyranids edible in the first place? Something tells me they are not. But those gargoyles sure are annoying. I'll give you that much.
We are taking fire.
And there we go. Eliminate all remaining Tyranid forces. 7, huh? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Haven't noticed 7th yet, so I'm guessing it's gonna be revealed to us soon. Brother Quindar is still unavailable. Unfortunate. But we can do without him. Of this, I'm certain. There they are. There's the last one. And of course, it's a gargoyle. You will get special treatment.
You will fall before me.
Full Brunt. No one's allowed to eat the nids except other nids. Fair enough. I don't suppose you can just die. Like that, thank you.
Death to the Xenos swarm.
You, in the meantime, will go over here
Affirmative.
and take pot shots at these Termagants.
Engaging the enemy.
And by pot shots... No, I didn't actually restart this one, even though I'm playing on hard. However, I did lose a squad of Assault Terminators, which is unfortunate. And yeah, I will agree that this one is harder. I can say this much.
With certainty.
Now, where was I? I'd like you to go over there, Brother Ituro, and heal up those Hellblasters before they succumb to the poison. Just as a precautionary measure.
My chainsaw thirsts for their blood.
Good hit.
We are the sons of Sanguinius.
Yep, healing them up, not to worry. Oh, you cannot shoot. And your frag storm is still recharging, so
Roger that.
just back out. Oh, you can shoot, excuse me. 57% chance, I will take it. Especially if it's just to take down one gargoyle.
Plasma fire support ready.
Now this will need to be tackled accordingly. Then again, I can just get you over here
Moving into position.
and have you shoot those Termagants. That's always a viable option. Sergeant Carleon will need to get out of there and get healed up as well. But at least he's not as bad as that beat-up squad of gargoyles. How far can he jump?
Fury will be fast.
Far enough.
I am ready to help.
Always ready, always vigilant. For the Imperium!
Almost. Brother 2 will be able to cut them down. Like that. Wonderful. And the rest of you, get into position, wait for your jump X to recharge, and then you'll be able to deal with them accordingly. 1, 2, 3, sure, we'll leave it at that.
Moving into position.
1, 2, 3, 4. And the rest of you, move up.
For the Emperor. Overwatch. Battle line squad ready. We fight and we die for the Imperium.
Anyone else? Yeah, Kroganax. Can we reach it? We can.
Trust in your armor to turn their blades.
And he can hang out over here for now. That should be it.
Pests! Damn pests everywhere!
Thank you for coming a little closer. There, we're
There are
done.
no more Xenos immediately present. I require assistance with this array, Brother Kroganax.
Aye. Take your time. How about we fine-tune those sensors without mincing your nervous system? What's left of it in that coffin, at least?
I can see their network spread out before me. The weave and weft of their corruption runs deep to Baal Secundus.
I trust your insights. Are the words sour the victory?
We will find every corruption that lurks in the shadows of your moon, Lieutenant. I can see now that our journey together is not yet finished.
I am no lieutenant, brother. That rank has not existed for 10,000 years.
Lord Gilliman has revised the Codex Astartes. You will be among the first of Sanguinius' sons to bear the title anew. Martana will vox in due course the news of your promotion. Until then, I need time to catalog these nodes.
Well, that's encouraging news. That Carleon over there will be promoted from Sergeant to Lieutenant. And I'm guessing he will be crossing the Rubicon Primaris as well. Not voluntarily, I'm guessing, but after a grievous injury. Because that's how it goes in the Imperium these days. Now let's take a look at our newly available unit. The Furioso Dreadnought. The Blood Angels Master of the Forges conceived this pattern in 35th millennium. Don't ask where or how the Blood Angels came up with this innovation, less so if it's a member of the Mechanicus who are still butthurt over not getting their grubby metallic tentacles over this tech. Although others believe that these warriors earned their scars in the Battle of Terra. Reflecting this chapter's preference for fisting and causing severe rectum damage, the Furioso pattern enters battle with two Dreadnought close combat weapons, either Blood Talons or Furioso Fists, and forgoes any heavy weaponry, although one arm may be replaced with a frag cannon for an assault weapon, which is the modification we're seeing here. Or actually, this one is supposed to be a...
No, there it is. A frag cannon. It also has one built-in storm bolter, seen here, or heavy flamer, to deal with large numbers of light infantry, as well as a melta-gun for anti-armor duty. We do not have a melta-gun, but we do have at least the storm bolter, the fists, and the frag cannon. Of course, when Cole unveiled his Supermarines, the AdMech and therefore other chapters finally got their hands on similar tech in the form of the Brutalis Dreadnought, which we yet to encounter, and I do not know whether we will see it in here. Anyway, let's grab this one. What, nothing to say? Now, how about one more Assault Terminator?
The Emperor's will lives through us.
And may it serve us as long as the previous one, and even longer. Any new trees unlocked? Nothing yet. 6 points to distribute. What do we have here? Savage Technique, plus 10% melee accuracy to chain swords. Graces of the Angel affects all allies within a range of 2 tiles with more momentum gains. That sounds useful. Sword of Sanguinius, plus 50% damage, movement, but less evasion. On himself. When you need to be there and you need to hit hard. And finally, we can replace his chainsword with a Thunderhammer. What else do we have? We can replace the bolt guns that Sanguinary Guard is using with plasma pistols, and eventually Inferno pistols. And we can replace their Encarmine blades with Encarmine axes. But first things first, we are of course finally giving our intercessors the frag grenades.
On Balfora I was born, and should the Emperor will it, on Balfora I will die.
As for Brother A2 over here, what can you give us? First line, plus 10 HP per model for aggressors, or Walking Bastions. Plus 1 ranged armor for Mark 10 Gravis armor suits, which should be just aggressors so far, if I recall correctly. And here's another tech tree that popped up, rather upgrade tree. Only in death for dreadnoughts. There we go, Meltagun for Furiosa Dreadnought, and Heavy Flamer that will replace the Storm Bolter. I'm honestly going to go through this tree. First things first, so we'll take Shield of Sanguinius.
Only in death will my duty be completed.
And, appropriately enough, will be taken only in death as well.
Past, future, there is only service to the Emperor.
And that should be alright. Up next, we've got Place of Challenge. However, looking at the time, it appears that I am going to wrap it up for tonight. Of course, I would like to thank you all for coming here, and I'm hoping you will enjoy this playthrough as much as I'm doing, because, truth be told, the previous mission that we just finished was how I left the game for quite a while. I'm entering uncharted waters after that, and I will not know what to expect, but with my wits and your encouragement, we will overcome it. The Emperor protects, and I will see you all, hopefully, on Saturday. A little bit earlier than usual because of my other projects, but I will see you there nonetheless. Good night, and peace out.